Good day to everyone. Again, my name is Mr. Jonathan David Dela Cruz, and welcome to the micro lecture series on curriculum development. We are now down to our topic on curriculum evaluation. In the previous discussion, we talked about implementation. Now, anong gagawin mo after mag-implement? You're going to evaluate the effectivity of your implementation of your curriculum. Okay. Now, curriculum evaluation is termed as the process of delineating, obtaining, and providing useful information for judging decision alternatives. Involves value judgment about the curriculum and answers the question, did we do what we wanted to do? Again, the reason why we provide curriculum, the reason why um, we want to have an appropriate curriculum because again a good curriculum is responsive to the needs of the society. Now the society have a need and the curriculum is going to provide that. Now, did we do what we really wanted to do? And that's the aim. No, that's a question that curriculum evaluation wants to answer. Now, why evaluate? No, why do we have to evaluate? We do evaluation of the curriculum because we want to know if we were able to meet the demands with the current educational reform. Now, there are educational reforms that are being made in a global perspective. Meron ding educational reforms in a local, in national level and in a local level. Now, the reason why we do evaluation is kung na-hit mo ba yung mga standards, yung demands na hinihingi sa'yo ng mga levels na ito. Also, to provide direction, security, and feedback for all concerned. Who are all concerned? All the stakeholders of the curriculum. Okay, not just the students. Although the students are our direct client, our largest client talaga, ang largest client talaga ng curriculum ay ang lipunan, the society itself, if it was able to properly respond to its needs and determining the merit and the worth of the program of study. Now, there are programs, as I have mentioned before, na hindi naman offered pero in-offer natin because it was the need of the society. And there are also courses or programs that existed before na wala na ngayon because it's no longer needed. Okay, so you do these evaluations in order to determine if you were able to meet the demands, the standards, in order to provide a valuable feedback, and of course to determine the merit of the study and the program. Other reasons is that to determine appropriate and available resources, activities, content, methods, curriculum, whether curriculum as a coherence, balance, articulation, scope, integration, continuity, and sequence. Kung mapapansin ninyo, in evaluating the curriculum, nabanggit ko na to before sa inyo, ang talagang tinitingnan natin ay dimensions of the curriculum. What are the dimensions of the curriculum? Basics. The balance, articulation, scope, integration, continuity, and sequence. Kung ito ba ay na-observe natin doon sa curriculum mo, not only in the paper sa planning, but also if it was implemented properly and appropriately. Also, the reason why we evaluate is to provide if there are still improvements to be done to the course or to the entire program. And of course, decisions about individuals, example, sa target clients mo, sa group of students na meron ka, so group of students na meron ka, were they all able to attain the intended objective? Although you were able to deliver the content appropriately, you delivered the content as as appropriate and as ideal as it is. However, na-attain ba ng mga estudyante yung intended for them? And of course, administrative regulations. There are changes in the administration that has to be aligned with that of the offering of the courses. Okay? Again, nakaangkla pa rin ito sa curriculum design ng school ninyo. Okay? Tinalakay natin na may mga paaralan na sobrang actively responsive to the society na kapag kailangan ng ganito, ino-offer nila agad. No? But there are also other institutions that also have a different philosophy, a different design of their curriculum wherein heavily rooted sila sa VMGO, sa vision, mission, and goals of the institution. Okay. Now, What are the areas of evaluation? When we evaluate the curriculum, these are the common areas that we check. Number one is the mission statement. Titingnan natin kung nakaangkla pa rin ba ito sa filosofiya ng paaralan, sa filosofiya ng program na binibigay sa atin. Next is sequence, the order of the distribution of the content, the order of the distribution of the subjects across the year levels. Example, for the K to 12 program, tama ba ang paglalapat ng mga subjects? As well as, again, magkapatid ang sequence and continuity, no? Continuity allows us to have a good running momentum on the content. And D is, of course, scope, depth, variety of content. There are contents that are already obsolete na hindi na dapat tinuturo. There are also contents that has to be retained. There are also contents that has to be improved or developed further or updated because of the current trend or current issue. Ang kailangan talaga na lagi nag-update ng content, although lahat naman talaga required mo update ng content, pero yung regular update will be those in the social sciences and in the sciences. Example, for sciences, there are current discoveries na kailangan ma-update. Social sciences naman, current trends and issues, like the issue on economy, issue on politics, no? Kasi talagang trend yan. So dapat um, sobrang updated ka sa mga changes ng content mo. Articulation, how parts fit. Is it appropriately fit in every year level? Tama ba yung distribution mo ng content in every year level? Then baka mamaya nasa isang year level lahat ng mahihirap na topics, no? Of course, balance, qualitative and quantitative aspect of the content, including time and grade placement. And of course, coherence, relationship among different components. Titingnan mo ngayon yung integration ng mga subjects. Again, we are already done with the idea, no, that other subjects are above the other. Tinitingnan natin kung ano nga ba yung pwede nating gawin sa mga subjects if they are integrable. I mean, pwede natin silang i-integrate. Now, these are the models of evaluation. There are different models. Lipat lang ako. Yan, para ano. There are different models of evaluation. So, the first model of evaluation that we're going to talk about is the Tyler's objective-centered model. We've already encountered Sir Ralph Tyler, no? Ralph Tyler is also known as the father of evaluation. And if you also remember the TEM model, the Tyler's end means model of curriculum, siya din ang nagpakilala nun. Now, how do we evaluate if a curriculum is effective? Tyler also provided us on how to do it appropriately. He described in terms of rational and systematic movement of evaluation procedure. It gives importance to the continuing cycle of assessment, analysis, and improvement in as much as major task of education is to keep on improving the quality of education delivered via instruction, which is primarily anchored on the mandated curriculum. Lagi nating titingnan, no, ang quality ng education na binibigay natin. Ulitin ko po, a good curriculum is responsive to the needs of the society. Is the society stagnant? No. Our community and society is moving forward. Hence, dapat updated din dapat ang ating content. Updated din dapat ang ating delivery and mode of instructions as well as assessments. Actually, pati ang ating content nagbabago. There are subjects that was not offered before that is offered now. Now, we also have the Staffel-Beams CIPP model. May ibig sabihin po yung CIPP model. Mamaya sasabihin ko later. The most significant characteristics of the CIPP model is that it makes provision for holistic evaluation. What do we mean by holistic evaluation? It covers all the elements of the curriculum. All the dimensions of the curriculum is covered, not only on the basis of content, okay, but also on the basis of its effectivity. Its elements are systems-oriented, structured to accommodate the universal evaluation needs. The CIPP model is not only used in evaluating the curriculum, This model is also used in evaluating different structures, organizations as well. So, in the scaffold beam CIPP model, the first C, yung C na yon is context evaluation. Ulit ha, the CIPP model, the C is context evaluation, intended to continuously assess needs and problems in context in order to help decision makers determine the goals and objectives. This also serves as planning decision. The CIPP model is intended to describe the status or context or setting so as to define the unmet needs, potential opportunities, problems, and program objectives that will be evaluated. This is according to Pace and Friedlander in 1987. Although this has been offered in 1987, it is still effective up to date. um, Mahalaga, no, that in the CIPP model, alamin mo yung konteksto. Ano yung i-evaluate mo? Ano yung i-assess mo? In order for you to properly determine kung ano nga ba yung example, in the context evaluation, you should know what you want to assess, want to evaluate. Example, the objective. If you're going to evaluate the objective, tingnan mo kung ano yung na-meet na objectives at kung ano yung hindi na-meet. Ngayon, yung mga na-meet, paano nila na-meet yon? Yung mga hindi na-meet, paano nila hindi na-meet ito? Okay? So, this has to be, this is a good anchor, no, in evaluating the, what do you call this, the curriculum. You have to know the context. The next is input evaluation, used in assessing alternative means for achieving those goals and objectives in order to have decision makers choose an optimal means. Serves as what? Structuring decision. Yung kanina, planning decision. The context evaluation, ang focus niyan is nasa objectives. This one naman, input evaluation, ang focus naman nito is structuring decision. This element is intended for evaluators to provide information that could help the decision makers in selecting procedures and resources for the purpose of designing or choosing appropriate materials. Anong elements yung nakikita natin dito? We see procedures, resources, and appropriate materials. Saan natin ito common na nakikita? During the implementation, right? But this is between implementation and uh, content objectives rather. So objective development and implementation of your curriculum. So mahalaga, ulitin ko po, sa context, you need to know alamin mo yung konteksto, anong subject yung aaralin mo, i-evaluate mo, o kaya naman anong part ng curriculum yung i-evaluate mo. Mostly sa objectives yun. Pagpasok naman sa input evaluation, ano yung pwede mong ma-provide, no, doon sa structure ng kanyang curriculum. Okay? Next is the process evaluation. To monitor the process both to ensure that the means are actually implemented and to make necessary modifications is the main task of the element of the CIPP model. This also serves as the implementing decision. It makes sure that the program is going as intended, identifies defects and strengths in the procedure. The process evaluation, this is again ang focus talaga nito is implementing decision. Okay? Kagaya ng nasa structuring decision, mga lamang ito ang structuring decision, as I have mentioned kanina, nasa gitna yan ng objective development or planning, no, at ng implementing. Okay? Kasi kailangan alamin mo kung ano yung mga gamit na kailangan mo, ano yung magiging flow mo. Now when you implement the curriculum, nandyan ito yung minsan mapapansin natin habang nagtuturo yung teacher mo, biglang may papasok na supervisor. Actually, nag-evaluate na yun ng process kung na-attain ba ni teacher yung intended objective, yung intended flow of the lesson. Yan. And then lastly is the product evaluation. The product evaluation compare actual ends with intended or desired ends, eventually leading to a series of modifications. This also serves as recycling or cycling decision. combination of progress and outcomes evaluation stage that serves in determining judging program attainments. Again, curriculum is progressive. So kahit sabihin natin nag-product evaluation na maganda yung curriculum ninyo, does it mean na magi-stay yung curriculum niyo sa ganun? Hindi. There are two choices kung anong mangyayari sa curriculum mo after the evaluation. Pag-uusapan natin later on. No. So going back no in the CIPP model, in the context evaluation, that is the planning decision. Magpaplano ka. Pagdating naman sa input evaluation, titingnan mo ngayon yung structure. Kaya nga siya structure decision. Pagdating sa process evaluation, titingnan mo yung implementation. Can it be attainable? Is it a sustainable implementation? Kaya bang masustain ng mga teachers ng school yung pagpro-provide ng program na ito? Okay? And then last, kaya tinitingnan din yung mga tinitingnan din yung background ng mga teachers, tinitingnan din yung mga gamit kung kaya bang ma-provide. Tinitingnan yon kung kaya ba ituloy-tuloy yung program. Now after that, titingnan yung product, final evaluation would be is it effective or not. If it's not effective, something will happen. If it is not effective, if it is effective, still something is going to happen. O para aware na din tayo, dalawa lang 'yan, could either change the curriculum or improve or innovate the curriculum. The Staple Beam CIPP model is actually one of the used model evaluation. All throughout the 4 stages, specific steps are undertaken. Lahat ito dun sa 4 na steps: context, input, process, and product. According to Blathorn, these are the processes in each of these 4 stages. Number 1 is identify kinds of decision. There are 4 possible decisions, no? Ano 'yon? We have planning decision, structuring decision, implementing, and recycling decision. Number 2 is identify the kind of data needed to make those decisions. Are you going to change the curriculum design? Are you going to change the curriculum objective? If you're going to change the curriculum objective, dapat ayan ay nasa context evaluation because it's a planning decision. Okay? So data, hindi ka lang din kukuha-kuha ng basta-bastang data. Intentional po ang pagkuha natin ng data. Collect those data, establish criteria for determining quality, ano yung magiging standard mo, analyze the data collected on the basis of the established criteria, and needed information to decision makers explicitly. When we evaluate a curriculum, you have to explicitly say what improvements or changes are you going to do. Okay? Hindi yung sasabihin mo, kailangan nyo mag-curriculum change. Kailangan nyo mag-curriculum improvement. Hindi ganon. When you oppose, you propose. It's a principle of evaluation also. Right? Scaffold Beam CIPP model is system-oriented elements, also covers holistic evaluation, and it is highly structured. Who are this one naman is stakes responsive model. 3 essential elements of the model. Antecedent, ito yung curriculum mo bago pa magkaroon ng intervention. So i-assess mo siya in a general manner, no? And then transactions pertains to the events or experience that constitute the program, and then after is the effect of the program. This is the before the program evaluation, implementing the curriculum, okay, and then assessing the outcome. So this ATO, antecedent, transaction, and outcomes, is under stakes responsive model. If you want to search more about this, you feel free to look onto different models of evaluation. Pero ang pinakaalam natin na model na ginagamit or pinakakilala na mga gumagawa ng model evaluations for curriculum, you could look on Ralph Tyler, as I've said kanina. You could look on Staffel Beam. You could also look on Stake. Now, what are the tools and methods that we use in evaluation? Ano yung mga pwede natin gawin para mag-evaluate tayo kung effective ba o hindi yung curriculum? Number 1 is questionnaire and checklist. Data collected is largely quantitative to facilitate analysis. So minsan, 'di ba, familiar na din naman kayo sa research, no? Magpapa-questionnaire ka, o kaya naman magpapa-checklist ka, pwedeng 5-point Likert scale, 4-point Likert scale. Pwede ka ding mag-undergo ng interview. Sinong i-interviewin mo? Stakeholders of education. So, interview stakeholders of education based on questions. Pwede ka mag-contextualize ng questions sa mga teachers, sa mga heads, sa mga parents, sa mga community leaders like barangay, sa mga students. No? Of course, observations, actual viewing of the process of the curriculum, ayan yung nagtuturo ka, tapos nagtuturo yung teacher mo, tapos biglang may pumuntang supervisor, observation yon, tapos ang ingay-ingay nyo, ayan, kapag naano tuloy yung teacher ninyo. And of course, documentary review and analysis. Actual visit with documented process of the curriculum. Papers are very important. Paper trailing is very important, starting from curriculum planning to implementation and to evaluation. So as teachers, again, no matter what tools is going to be used, whether it be questionnaire, interview, observation, or documentary review, or no matter what model will be used, whether it be CIPP model or stakes model, no, in evaluating the curriculum, dapat, no, dapat you should still do your best. Kasi hindi titigil ang evaluation of the curriculum. As I have mentioned kanina, ang dulo ay product evaluation, pero this is also cycling and recycling decision. Why? Because at the end of evaluation, the evaluator will decide what will happen to the curriculum. Will it be curriculum change or curriculum improvement or innovation? So, that would be all for this, no? So after kung papansinin ninyo, mahaba ang lecture natin sa planning, sa development of the curriculum, because we talked about foundations and fundamentals. We also talked about the curriculum planning itself, considerations in the development, and when we enter the curriculum implementation, if you have a well-planned curriculum and you implemented it properly, hindi ka magkakaroon ng problema sa curriculum evaluation. Now, again, dalawa lang po ang pwedeng mangyari sa curriculum. Curriculum is progressive, right? Now, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari at the end of evaluation. It's either your curriculum will undergo curriculum change kapag hindi effective, kapag walang significant societal impact, yan, mga basis nila. If the examples of board exams, if it is not result to a good results, no, kaya graduates mo, hindi mo din maayos ang placement nila, madaming considerations in curriculum change. Kapag naman effective yung curriculum mo, maganda na yung curriculum mo, maganda yung implementation mo, does it stop there? No. Since the society is moving, the community is moving, we are moving forward, your curriculum has to also improve. So, kahit maganda na yung curriculum mo, mag-undergo yan ng curriculum improvement. In other textbooks, we call it curriculum innovation. So yun po yung susunod na magiging lecture. Please panoorin po. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you for listening and God be with you all.